Welcome back to the channel. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that looks like any other everyday nickel, smooth to the touch, familiar in design, and innocently nestled among spare change in your pocket. Now imagine discovering that same coin has a rumored face value of an astonishing $573 million. It's not made of gold, nor encrusted with diamonds, and it isn't part of any flashy collector's set. This is a simple 1989 Jefferson Nickel. Yet behind its dull metallic shine lies a story so layered, so intricate, and so mysterious that it's left collectors, historians, and numismatists around the world stunned and intrigued. How could something so common become so incredibly valuable? What secret does this tiny 5-cent coin hold? Today, we're going on a deep dive into one of the most fascinating and bizarre tales in American numismatic history. At first glance, the 1989 Jefferson Nickel appears to be just another circulation coin minted by the Philadelphia Mint, one of millions produced that year. With billions of coins moving through American hands annually, few stop to think about the history or value behind each individual piece. But once in a while, one of these coins emerges from obscurity with a tale that challenges everything we thought we knew. This particular nickel doesn't just fetch attention because of its rumored value, it's a symbol of hidden errors, elusive minting practices, and decades-old whispers of a conspiracy that rocked the coin collecting world. To understand how such a mundane coin could command a value in the hundreds of millions, we have to start with the context of the era in which it was minted. The late 1980s were a turbulent time in American history. The Cold War was nearing its end, the economy was recovering from a severe recession, and public confidence in institutions was being tested. Against this backdrop, the U.S. Mint operated steadily, producing the currency needed to keep the country's economy flowing. In 1989, the Philadelphia Mint struck over 563 million Jefferson nickels bearing the PE mint mark. There was nothing ostensibly special about these coins. The design, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse, was the same as it had been for decades. But buried within this massive run of nickels was something that no one had anticipated. Rumors began circulating in the early 2000s of an unusually struck 1989 Jefferson nickel found in a collection passed down from a deceased World War II veteran. The coin had an odd metallic sheen, slightly different weight, and more notably, microscopic anomalies that indicated it may have been struck using a unique, or tampered die. Initially dismissed as coincidence or minting fluke, these claims gained credibility when a second, then a third coin surfaced in distant parts of the country, each bearing similar mysterious characteristics. Whispers turned into speculation, and speculation turned into investigation. Numismatic experts began analyzing these anomalies under extreme magnification. They noted that the Monticello design on the reverse was ever so slightly off-center, not enough for the naked eye to notice, but enough to suggest that it may not have been struck under typical minting conditions. Furthermore, Jefferson's eye on the obverse side seemed unusually detailed, with some believing it bore an expression different from other coins of the same year. This led to wild theories. Was this the work of a rogue mint employee? An experimental die? Or was it a covert test of new minting technology that was never meant to leave the facility? The mystery deepened when a retired mint worker anonymously claimed that, during the late 80s, a batch of special nickels had been minted using a prototype alloy meant to replace the traditional copper-nickel composition. This new alloy was supposedly harder, more durable, and had anti-counterfeiting properties. The experimental run, he claimed, was meant for internal testing and was never approved for public release. According to his account, only a handful of coins were struck and accidentally slipped into general circulation. If true, these coins weren't just rare, they were part of a top-secret government project that had never seen the light of day. Collectors began hunting for these elusive nickels with increased fervor. Entire estates were scoured, old coin jars dumped and sorted meticulously, and online auctions flooded with listings purporting to have the one. Prices soared for even regular 1989 Jefferson nickels as hopeful buyers gambled on the chance that they had uncovered a hidden gem. In 2006, one of the mysterious nickels sold privately for an undisclosed amount, with insiders speculating the price to be in the tens of millions. No public proof of the transaction was ever released, but the sale reignited interest and sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. But what truly pushed the value of this coin into the realm of the extraordinary was not just its rarity or mystery. It was the mythos that began to form around it. Much like the 1933 Double Eagle, the 1989 P. Jefferson Nickel gained a reputation beyond its physical worth. It became a symbol of lost American history, hidden truths, and the thrill of discovery. Collectors didn't just want the coin, they wanted to be part of the legend. Then came the conspiracy theories. Some believed that the coin contained secret markings left by mint insiders as part of a hidden message or protest. Others speculated that it had been struck using a recovered die from a wartime mint facility, containing materials salvaged from classified military projects. The most outlandish theory claimed that the coin's composition included traces of a rare extraterrestrial metal recovered from a crashed UFO, a theory fueled by the coin's strange weight and unusual luster under UV light. By the 2010s, the legend of the 1989 P. Jefferson Nickel had reached global proportions. Wealthy collectors from Europe, the Middle East, and Asia joined the hunt, driving prices higher. One coin, verified through private appraisal and held in a sealed vault, was estimated to have a speculative value of $573 million due to its extreme rarity, mysterious origins, and the feverish demand among elite collectors. Though the true number of such nickels remains unknown, experts estimate that no more than 6 may exist, and possibly only 3 are confirmed. The story doesn't stop with the coin itself. In 2015, a Freedom of Information Act request was filed to release documents relating to experimental minting projects in 1989. The request was partially granted, but large portions of the documents were redacted, further fueling speculation that there was more to the story than the mint was willing to admit. Independent investigators combed through archived records, searching for anomalies in nickel production reports from that year. While some irregularities were noted, including discrepancies in material orders and unexplained late-night operations at the Philadelphia Mint, nothing conclusive emerged. Still, the rumors persisted. One private collector even commissioned a metallurgical analysis of their coin using advanced electron microscopy, revealing trace elements not typically found in standard U.S. coinage. The report was never released to the public, adding yet another layer of secrecy and intrigue. As time passed, the cultural impact of the 1989 P. Jefferson Nickel grew. Documentaries were produced, podcasts explored the mystery, and even a limited comic book series was published detailing a fictionalized version of the coin's journey. Auction houses began offering exorbitant rewards for authenticated examples, and counterfeiters inevitably entered the scene, trying to mimic the appearance of the rare coin. However, none matched the unique combination of physical traits and mysterious provenance of the original few. Whether the $573 million value is justified or not is ultimately up to the market and the myths that surround it. Some say it's just hype, a speculative bubble inflated by nostalgia and imagination. Others believe that the coin's story is only beginning, and that its true significance has yet to be uncovered. For now, it remains one of the most enigmatic and talked about coins in American history. But what would you do if you found one? Would you keep it hidden away, knowing it could be worth a fortune? Would you sell it and change your life overnight? Or would you investigate its origins and try to unlock the secrets it may still hold? The story of the 1989 P. Jefferson Nickel isn't just about a coin, it's about curiosity, the power of history, and the thrill of uncovering something long forgotten. So next time you get a nickel in your change, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. Check the year. Look for the P mint mark. You never know, one of the most valuable coins in the world might be hiding right there in your hand, just waiting to tell its story. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most mysterious coins in US history, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more jaw-dropping numismatic stories, and ring that notification bell so you never miss another hidden treasure. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Today, we're diving deep into one of the most puzzling numismatic stories of our time, the 2011 DUSA 5-cent Jefferson Nickel, a coin that's ignited controversy, fueled rumors, and if the legends are true, carries a face value of $204 million. Buckle up, because this journey through minting errors, hidden secrets, and government silence is about to flip everything you thought you knew about coin collecting on its head. The story begins, as many great tales do, with something seemingly insignificant, a coin minted in Denver in 2011. At face value, it's just another Jefferson nickel, part of the standard American currency system. Millions were made, and for most people, it's indistinguishable from the others. The obverse shows Thomas Jefferson's portrait, stern and contemplative, while the reverse features Monticello, his grand estate. But as collectors would soon discover, not all of these nickels were created equal. By 2013, whispers began circulating through the numismatic community. A few rare 2011 D nickels had been found that bore extremely unusual features. One coin, discovered in Colorado, appeared to have a strange overlay on Jefferson's cheek, as if something had been double-struck. Another, found at a flea market in Arizona, showed signs of being minted on an incorrect planchet. Experts were intrigued, but what followed next was far more mysterious. In 2014, a prominent collector, who asked to remain anonymous, claimed to have acquired a 2011 D Jefferson nickel unlike any other. According to the story, this particular coin possessed not just visual anomalies, but a micro-engraved inscription invisible to the naked eye. Using electron microscopy, the collector revealed what he described as an embedded signature along the rim of the coin, something never before documented in any U.S. currency. This claim sparked immediate debate. Could the U.S. Mint have produced a coin embedded with some kind of microtext? Was this an experiment, a test, or perhaps something more conspiratorial? The collector's claim went viral in online forums, bringing in skeptics and believers alike. Videos and images circulated rapidly, but due to the microscopic nature of the detail, many questioned their authenticity. However, the most compelling part wasn't the micro-engraving. It was the rumor that this particular nickel, when scanned using certain technologies, emitted a faint electromagnetic pulse. Sound far-fetched? Perhaps. But it wasn't long before more strange stories surfaced. Another 2011 D Jefferson nickel reportedly sold privately for over $1.2 million. The buyer and seller remained anonymous, but the news spread like wildfire, with speculation that the coin had some hidden technological feature. Theories ranged from Cold War experiments to embedded data chips, even suggestions that the Mint had collaborated with tech companies on some top-secret project that never came to fruition. These fantastical ideas, however, are not without precedent. The U.S. government has a long history of secretive projects and experiments that, years later, become declassified. Could it be possible that a handful of coins were produced using experimental technology? Could this have been a test for tracking currency, or a way to store information covertly? One researcher from a Midwestern university began studying the magnetic properties of various coins, and although she never publicly confirmed any strange findings with the 2011 D nickel, she did mention in an obscure academic paper that certain batches of currency produced post-2000 show anomalous readings under magnetic resonance imaging. That line alone was enough to reignite the conversation. By 2016, the 2011 D Jefferson nickel had become a sought-after item in underground auctions. Some estimates placed the value of the rarest versions at over $10 million apiece. But that was just the beginning. A document leaked in 2017, allegedly from a retired Mint employee, hinted at a classified initiative in the late 2000s to embed authentication chips in high-volume currency. While most efforts focused on $100 bills and other high denominations, the document implied that nickels were used as a testing ground due to their lower circulation risks and the ease of going unnoticed. If true, this revelation would be groundbreaking. It meant that these rare coins were not just mint errors or anomalies, but rather intentional, engineered artifacts. The estimated cost of the program? Over $204 million, mirroring the supposed value of the most elusive 2011 D Jefferson nickel ever discovered. But here's where things get even stranger. Some owners of these coins report unusual electromagnetic interference when the coin is placed near certain devices. A man in Texas, for example, claims that when the nickel was in his wallet, his garage door opener stopped working correctly. Another person described their coin interfering with a smart speaker. While these stories are anecdotal, they add to the eerie aura that now surrounds this particular coin. Despite multiple requests, the U.S. Mint has never issued a formal comment regarding the rumors. Their official stance is that no such microchips, engravings, or experimental materials were ever used in the production of the 2011 Jefferson Nickel. Yet their silence on the matter only fuels the fire. Why not simply disprove the claims with transparency? Why not open the records? In 2018, a group of numismatists and tech experts formed a private coalition to investigate the coin further. They gathered all known anomalies, consulted with materials engineers, and even tried to replicate the minting process using the same alloys. What they found shocked even the skeptics. A specific batch of 2011 nickels, estimated to be fewer than 500, had an unusual internal composition. Not enough to alter their weight or appearance significantly, but enough to suggest a unique alloy blend never before documented in any public mint specifications. Adding to the mystique was the discovery of a ghost mint mark on some coins, an extremely faint secondary D that appeared only under ultraviolet light. Was this a hidden security feature, or a mark left by an experimental die? Either way, it was something never previously recorded. Now let's talk about the money. As collectors scoured the country for these rare coins, their prices skyrocketed. Online bidding wars erupted. One coin, barely distinguishable to the untrained eye, sold for $4.3 million in a private sale. Another fetched over $6 million at an exclusive coin expo in Geneva. Each new sale pushed the legend further, until the mythical $204 million coin became a rallying point for collectors. Where did that valuation come from? According to leaked financial documents tied to the now-defunct program Sigma, a rumored joint project between the Department of Treasury and a defense contractor, the estimated value of the experimental currency produced for the initiative was capped at $204 million. That number somehow became associated with a single surviving coin believed to encapsulate the full spectrum of the project's capabilities. Theories abounded. Some said the coin could be a cryptographic key to a long-lost government database. Others suggested it held encrypted data readable only with special military technology. And a few, more spiritual than scientific, believed the coin had protective or even metaphysical properties. Whatever the truth, one thing is clear: the 2011 Jefferson Nickel is no longer just a piece of change. It's a mystery, a legend, a symbol of how even the smallest object can hold untold significance. As interest continues to grow, the hunt for these coins intensifies. Every day, more people check their pocket change, search through jars, and browse online marketplaces, hoping to stumble upon one of these elusive treasures. If you happen to find a 2011 Jefferson Nickel, take a second look. Examine it closely under different lights. Check for micro-engravings, ghost marks, unusual interference with electronics. You might just be holding one of the rarest, most valuable coins in modern history. Or maybe, just maybe, you're holding the key to a mystery the government never wanted us to solve. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride through numismatic lore and hidden history. If you enjoyed unraveling the secrets of the 2011 Jefferson Nickel and want more deep dives into mysterious coins and the untold stories they carry, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an episode. You never know, your next big treasure might be hiding in plain sight.